Well, throughout the morning, we have been bringing you live interviews with local lawmakers who were at the Capitol on January 6th. Congressman Jim McGovern joins us live now. And Congressman, you've said that we came very close to losing our democracy on that day. If you can just walk us through some of the emotions that you're feeling today, 1 year later.
Well, what happened on January 6th was shocking. I mean, a group of rioters, domestic terrorists, if you will, attacked the building behind me, tried to destroy the building and threaten the lives of the people who work there. But they also tried to attack our democracy, to try to overturn a free and fair election, to try to undermine the will of the American people. And they didn't succeed. But I think we should be under no illusion. They're not done. As we speak, the people who masterminded this have kind of learned from some of their mistakes, and they're trying to find other ways to be able to seize power without relying on the popular vote, whether it's in the states or in the country. They're attacking voting rights all over the country as we speak, and they're trying to politicize our election system. So we have to be mindful of that, and we have to react accordingly. We have to fight back, and we have to make sure that we protect people's right to vote. These are not old battles. Unfortunately, they're new battles, and it's essential that everybody be involved.
Congressman, some think that the Justice Department is not doing enough in the wake of the attack. Yesterday, Merrick Garland spoke. He said the people involved in the actual breach and the planning of the attack will continue to face charges and greater charges, and that their work is not done. I'm curious just what your take is on what they've accomplished so far. Are you satisfied with the work that they are doing?
Well, it was nice to hear the Attorney General actually talk about it, but I'm not satisfied that the Justice Department is doing nearly enough. Let's understand one thing. The January 6th committee has revealed that what happened on January 6th was not some spur-of-the-moment thing. I mean, it was planned. There were lots of discussions about how to overturn the election and how to basically undermine the will of the American people, that happened in the West Wing. So, we need to get all the facts out there, and anybody who is responsible needs to be held to account. So, no, I'm not happy with what the Justice Department has done up to this point. Maybe they're doing a lot more than they've revealed. But this is serious. I mean, our democracy is worth fighting for. It's worth going to the mat for. There's nothing that guarantees that democracy remains part of the American experiment. It's not in our air, it's not on our soil. It's up to the people to defend it. And unfortunately, those who are responsible for January 6th, they're contemptuous of democracy. I've got colleagues I serve with who are contemptuous of democracy. They think it's too messy. They don't like it when they lose. Well, that's too bad. The bottom line is, we are at risk of losing what is particularly unique about this country. And if we lose it, then the people's voices will not be heard in government, and people will not have control over who their elected officials are. I don't think we want that. So this is a moment for all of us to mobilize and to push back.
Congressman, if you have to pick one lesson that we can all learn, that we can all take away from the anniversary of January 6th, what would that be?
I think that, big lies have to be confronted forcefully and consistently. The basis for January 6th was a big lie, that somehow the election was stolen from Donald Trump. There's absolutely no basis for that at all. We also know that things like this can happen in America, that the threats that we face are not just from halfway around the world, sometimes they're halfway down the block. And we have to take domestic terrorism seriously. And I'll just say one other thing. At the heart of what happened on January 6th was white supremacism, was an allegiance to white supremacism. Confederate flags being paraded through the Capitol. That didn't even happen during the Civil War. And so we have some challenges internally here that we need to take more seriously, and I hope that we do. Look, I was the last person off the House floor on January 6th. I was in the chair. I came face to face with this angry mob. I had no doubt in my mind what they were here to do. They were here to not only destroy the Capitol, they were here to harm and kill the people who worked here. I will never, ever forget it. And so to those who diminish what happened on that day or try to downplay it or say that those who attacked the Capitol are patriots, it nauseates me. So we have to look back on the 6th not only as a horrific day, but it's a call to action. We have to get serious about protecting our democracy.
Congressman Jim McGovern, we thank you for joining us and for your insight today.
Thank you. Be safe.